exclusive interview with Ralph Yarl, the Kansas City teenager who was shot in the head and arm after going to the wrong house to pick up his siblings. The case sparking protests when it took several days for police to charge the shooter. And Robin, you had a chance to sit down with the young man.
I did, Michael. I recently traveled to Kansas City to meet with Ralph and his mother, Cleo, sharing their accounts of that fateful day and their hopes for the future. This morning, 17-year-old Ralph Yarl is sharing his story for the first time about the night that changed his life when he thought he was picking up his 11-year-old twin brothers from a friend's house. When you go back to April 13th, tell me what happened when you go to that address.
Well, I go into the driveway. I walk up the steps. I ring the doorbell. I see 3 different cameras, like one looking at the driveway, one on the porch. As far as I know, I didn't know their family at all. Like, I had never even seen their friends or their parents before, so maybe this is their house.
Ralph mistakenly going to Northeast 115th Street instead of getting his siblings from Northeast 115th Terrace, 1 block away.
I actually wait a long time. I'm just on the porch. So then I hear the door open. I see this old man, and I'm assuming, oh, this must be like their grandpa. And then he pulls out his gun. And I'm like, whoa. So I like back up. He points it at me. So I kind of like brace and I turn my head. Before that, I'm thinking, there's no way he's actually going to shoot, right? The door is even open. He's going to shoot through his glass door and glass is going to get everywhere. Then it happened. And then I'm on the ground. I fall on the glass, the shattered glass, and then before I know it, I'm running away, shouting, help me, help me.
Ralph says he ran to multiple homes until someone answered his plea for help.
I was bleeding from my head. I was like, how is this possible? Like, I've been shot in the head.
Had you ever seen that man before?
Never.
Were there any words that were exchanged before he shot you?
He only said 5 words. Don't come here ever again.
His mom, Cleo, concerned when her son never returned back home.
I was worried already that maybe he had gotten a flat tire or something. And then we got a call from a strange number, and it was the police stating that they had him.
What were the doctors initially telling you, Cleo?
Oh, they didn't have to tell me anything. I'm a healthcare worker. He was partially alert when we got there, but it wasn't a pleasant sight. It was traumatizing.
Shot twice, once in the head and arm, by 84-year-old Andrew Lester. In the aftermath, protests sweeping the streets of Kansas City after it took 4 days for police to file first-degree assault charges.
Justice for Ralph!
The shooter remains out on bond, telling investigators he thought Ralph was a burglar and that he was scared to death when the teen came to his door. Lester, who has entered a not guilty plea, shooting twice within seconds of opening the home's main door, saying he was protecting himself. Lester's attorney telling GMA in part that the court prohibits him from discussing the case, but that he's looking forward to the upcoming preliminary hearing. The Yarl family lawyer, Lee Merritt, calling for an investigation into the case as a hate crime. What are your concerns of the legal process going forward?
Unfortunately, race is a major factor in who gets justice and who doesn't. And in cases where there's a white man and a black child, I've seen over and over again the criminal justice system contort itself out of shape to find a way to justify the shooting. And that is a concern for me here.
Miraculously, 10 weeks later, Ralph's made a full physical recovery, but the mental and emotional trauma still lingers.
There are a lot of things that are going on inside my head that aren't normal. I've been having headaches, trouble with sleep, and sometimes my mind is just foggy. Like, I can't concentrate on the things that would be easy for me to do.
You're looking at a kid that took the SAT when he was in the 8th grade. And now his brain is slowed. So physically he looks fine, but there is a lot that has been taken from him.
What do you want people to know about you, Ralph?
just a kid. I'm not larger than life because this happens to me. I'm just gonna keep doing all the stuff that makes me happy and just living my life the best I can. Not let this bother me.
As a passionate band kid, playing his clarinet brings Ralph the most joy. You gonna play a little something for us? That love for music helping uplift him during the difficult days. Bravo! Bravo! Oh my! Wow. What was the name of that piece?
Deepwood.
Son, you can play. Ralph dreams of pursuing a career in chemical engineering as he and his family work to heal. What is justice to you in this case?
Justice is just the rule of the law, regardless of race, ethnicity, and age. He should be convicted for the crimes that he made. I am past having any personal hatred for him. He should suffer repercussions because that is what our society is made of. Trust in each other and reassurance that we can coexist together in harmony.
He is a soft-spoken yet dynamic young man and had no harsh words for the shooter and how he said, I'm just a kid. And just wanted to kind of humanize, he's not a statistic and he's not larger than life as he said, but the way he looked at me, he remembers those 5 words that he said were said to him by the shooter.
He's so composed. It's amazing that he is a kid and he's trying to do his best to move on from this. But what's next in the case against the man who shot him?
Yeah, we touched upon this. The dates for the preliminary hearing have been set for August 31st and September 1st. The judge agreed to partially seal the case in response to a protective order filed by Lester's attorney. That move has been criticized by Ralph's attorneys and his family, who say transparency is the key to getting justice. And you can watch much more of the interview tonight on Nightline. And they were also, the family, very thankful. Not just there in the KC community, but around the world. The letters, the mother said she is returning thank you notes, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and just so grateful for the support that they are receiving. And they just want people to see Ralph and to have a better understanding.
And despite everything that happened, as he said, he's past the hatred towards the man who shot him.
That's it. That's it.
Thank you for bringing that to us, Robin.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that, live under a rock, this is Ralph Yarl, the 17-year-old kid from Kansas City that was shot by a racist white man because he was going to a wrong house to pick up his twin brothers, his siblings. Now, first and foremost, I'm so glad that he was alive and well. Well, he was alive. Because in most cases, if a person gets shot in the head, he or she would no longer be here. Let's just keep it real. But, the reality is that, there's major protests. And you can hear what they said, that they sealed the preliminary hearing for the white man that shot him. And they're doing that for protection of him. Let's just keep it real. It happens when it comes to white men shot a black child or a black teenager or even a black man or a black woman, period. They want to protect the suspect. They want to protect the person that did it. I just got a bad feeling about this case. And I'm just being real. Because it happened in my situation. For those of you that didn't know, that 2 of my family members was shot and deleted in West Virginia by a racist white neighbor. And during that time, the criminal justice system decided to send him the rest of his life in a mental hospital because he's basically, I don't want to relive this. This is just hurt me and it's just frustrating. But my concern is that situation. Let's just keep it real. But I'm glad he's walking. But the thing of it is, he said he's over the racism and everything. He's, it's in other words, he's forgiven the suspect. He's forgiven the guy that shot him. Forgiveness. When I saw Lee Merritt, I already knew this is all about the bag. It's like Benjamin Crump. It's all about the bag. But this 17-year-old kid was lucky to be alive. Because again, he wouldn't. If it was, it was really. He was really lucky to be alive because he wouldn't be here. Because I know when a person gets shot in the head, that's it. You're gone. But I just want to let you guys see what happened. I mean, Ralph Yarl, a 17-year-old teenager. He's now living his life. He's not the same, but he's alive and he's living his life. But, and it shows that still. And talk about that, you have Senator Tim Scott and Vice President Kamala Harris both said America is not a racist country. I beg to differ. But this is mostly similar to that. This is not going to change anytime soon unless it shows you that it hurts to me that's going to happen. But I got a bad feeling about this case as well, because I'm just going to repeat what happened, that the suspect that killed my family members in West Virginia, that the judge has decided that he was too incompetent to stand trial, and that's why he served the rest of his life at a mental hospital, which is still outrageous to this day. But in this case, I got a feeling that they're going to bring legal loopholes to protect this old guy. Because they're going to say, well, he's too old. He don't deserve serving, prison time and blah, blah, blah. You see, he was out of jail. They posted bail for him. So it's nothing new. But again, they kept sealed of the preliminary hearing because of protection of this man. And I already knew this was going to happen. So y'all let me know what you think about this in the comments, and I'll talk to you in my next video. This is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.